Today we'll be talking about PRISMA, specifically the PRISMA Flow Diagram and how to complete it. PRISMA refers to preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analysis. It is a guideline designed to improve the reporting of systematic reviews. PRISMA provides authors with guidance and examples of how to completely report why systematic reviews was done, what methods were used, and what results were found. So we will visit the www.prismastatement.org, and this is the web page. On this web page, you can be able to check what we call the PRISMA checklist, which consists of various items that you should be able to check and confirm whether you are following them when you're completing your systematic literature review. Most importantly, it's important for you to go and read the original article, which details why the systematic review have to be reported the way needs to be reported. One of the reasons why PRISMA was formulated is to ensure a systematic review is valuable to the users. So authors should be able to be transparent, complete, and accurate in terms of why the review was done, what they did, and what they found. The PRISMA 2020 statement provides updated reporting guidance for systematic reviews that reflects advances in methods to identify, select, appraise, and synthesize the studies. PRISMA statement consists of 27 item checklist, an expanded checklist that details reporting recommendations for each item, the PRISMA 2020 abstract checklist, and revised workflow diagrams for original and updated reviews. This is the page where you will be able to find the different flow diagrams. So on the main page, you can simply click flow diagram and it will take you to this page. What we're interested in for now is the first diagram, which is for new systematic reviews, which included the searches of databases and registers only. And you can read more about the rest of the others. So to download the workflow, you simply click on the word hyperlink, which will download it to your downloads. Once downloaded, you can go ahead and open it. This is how it looks like. So we can be able to see that there are different steps that are involved when we are doing systematic reviews. That includes the identification, screening, and the final stage of including the articles that we're going to be using. So firstly, we need to identify the databases from where we are going to obtain our articles. In this case, I'm going to demonstrate using Scopus and Web of Science, because those are the ones that are usually used in my field. So once you have specified this, the number of articles that you would have obtained from each of these databases will be recorded here. So for example, we are going to say we have found 450 articles from Scopus and perhaps 250 articles from Web of Science. Now we need to start screening the records in order for us to remove any duplicate records as well as any illegible records. We can do this using various ways. So if you have not seen some of my videos, you can go back to the Scopus video where I demonstrate how to select and filter out the different articles. Those are referred to as the automated methods or automated tools. And it's very likely that there will be duplicates between the Scopus database as well as the Web of Science database. those duplicates are going to be recorded on this box. So for example, let's say we have hypothetically found 50 duplicates. So which means we are going to remove from the total 50 articles that are actually duplicated. After removing the articles that are not eligible, normally using the keywords and the fields of study and so on, we can record the number of articles that we want to remove as a result of this automation. So perhaps we're going to say also it's 50 articles that we're going to remove using these automated tools. Perhaps there's other reasons or records that we want to remove for other reasons, and we can record the number under here. Otherwise, we can simply remove this component from our flow diagram. So now it means that we're going to subtract a total of 100 articles from the total that we had, which is 700 articles. So we are remaining now with 600 articles, which are going to go on to the next stage called screening. Right, so now we have 600 articles that we're going to be screening. So what does screening refer to? This means we are going to be looking at the titles as well as the abstract to determine if the articles are relevant or not. After we have done this process, we will come up with a number of articles that we feel like they have to be excluded. For simplicity, we're going to say 200 articles are going to be excluded after we have performed our screening. So which means we're going to minus 200 from a total of 600 articles, and the remainder is the number of articles that we are going to be retrieving. This means we're going to be removing 200 articles out of the 600 that we have screened. Then we are remaining with 400 articles. These are the articles that we are going to be retrieving or downloading from our databases. If for any reason we are not able to download the articles, we can record the number of the articles that were not retrieved under this box. The reasons could be because perhaps the journals are subscription based and perhaps your university is not subscribing to these journals. So for simplicity, we're going to say 100 articles were not retrieved, and therefore we're going to subtract the 100 articles from 400, and the remainder is 300. After we have done this, we have articles or reports that we will now assess for eligibility. So now this is where we are going to be opening each of the articles, reading them as part of our literature review. And for any reason, if we found that any article is not really contributing to the objective of our literature review, we can provide a reason here and provide the number of articles that are complying with that reason. For any reason, we can provide the number of articles that do not comply . So this is the number of reports that we are going to be assessing for eligibility. This means that we are going to be going through each one of the 300 articles and reading them as part of our literature review. If for any reason the articles that we are reading are not eligible to be included in the literature review, we can provide a reason and the number of articles that we need to exclude. And the total number that we get are going to be subtracted from the total that we had, which was 300. For simplicity again, we're going to say we are removing 50 articles for reason number 1. This could be because these are not seminal studies that do not really contribute unique information, or perhaps they are not in the field that we are actually reviewing at the time. So for reason 2, we are going to remove another 50 and end it there. So which means we will subtract a total of 100 articles out of the 300. And lastly, we can be able to include about 200 studies within our literature review. So finally, this is a live document which should be kept separate until one is ready to include it in the literature review document or in the articles. As you are going through the different stages, it will need to be updated timelessly. Otherwise, you can keep it in your main document as an editable chart. Cheers.